What's up, y'all? Number 5 here today. We got a bunch of people on today, not just one. We got 3 others along here with me today, all college kids. Nick Seibel, Mario DeSantis, and Ryan Aveen all here today, Rowan and Delaware students. Pretty much today we're going to go over Week 13 games, and at the end we're probably going to give say what our Super Bowl predictions are. So let's start it off first with the Packers and Giants. Whoever wants to make a quick statement on that can go ahead. They won't.
All right, I'll go first. I think the Packers picked up a good win after a bad loss last week. Ryan, if you could stop making all that noise.
Sorry.
The Packers came out flat against San Fran, but it was good to see them bounce back against New York, and New York's looking to get a good pick in the drafts, and it's good that they won while the Redskins also won, or they lost while the Redskins won and the Bengals won, so it's looking good for them for the future.
Yeah, seriously. Giants fans, you two have anything to say?
I think we played good in the first half. Still look like a below average team.
That would be a time to insert the meme. Had them in the first half, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Very true.
We were still losing, but
Yeah, we
it's close.
got a lot of holes. We got a lot of holes.
We didn't miss any we didn't miss any kicks today, though. That's positive.
Oh, that's awesome. The only problem with that is you guys lost the football game. So I guess that's okay, right?
Dude, it
2
happens.
and 10, and I got nothing on them.
Chase Daniels, baby.
Daniel Jones is his name.
No, wait, no, who's the Ohio State guy?
Oh,
Yeah.
Ryan Fields or something? Or
No, they went Chase.
Oh, the end you want. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Chase Daniels. Come on now.
Chase Young.
Chase
Young,
Young.
that's
not Chase Daniel.
All right, same thing. Come on.
All right. Anyways, okay. The Packers being pretty good that one. Let's move on to our other fan of the group would be a Steelers fan. Browns Steelers. What you guys got?
Nick, you can go first. I want to go last.
Steelers won. The Duck Dynasty, whatever you want to call him.
Ducky Dimes.
Dynasty.
Baker and the Browns yet again look like a disappointment. Beckham couldn't say he was even on the field. As far as their playoff hopes, the Browns, they plummeted a lot. Steelers got the revenge against the Browns after their little fight 17 days prior, and that's all I got from me.
You pretty much said it all. Baker Mayfield still is not as good as he was last year.
Right.
And the Browns' struggles still continue. Well, not struggles, but the ability to live up to the hype.
Exactly.
Lacking.
People had them. Every analyst I watched had them going at least 10-6, making the playoffs. Amazing. Don't get me wrong; they had the parts on offense. They just cannot execute for some reason. All right, enough for that one.
Wait, let me get. Wait, hold on.
Oh my gosh!
Let the Steelers talk.
All right, so it's a big must-win game. Basically, a lot of playoff attention's on the line. Steelers need to win this one with a banged-up roster. No Juju, no Connor. Duck Hodges at the helm. He played good enough to win. He didn't play outstanding, but he was dotting them up. There was a nice deep ball. There was a tight spiral. And Benny Snell had a good game. I really like the way he runs. He kind of runs hard. I think the Steelers can make the playoffs with an easy schedule coming up. We'll probably lose to the Ravens in Week 17, but we can definitely grab that 6th wild card seed and maybe we can make a run. This team, I feel like, has a good future. Big Ben's probably retiring soon, but if Duck or Mason Rudolph can't be the quarterback, then we're going to have to draft one soon. I'm interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, that sums up what you guys got going for you. All right, let's go on to Redskins Panthers. Judd, you want to start with this one?
Yeah, I got it. Redskins got a good win. Good for them. Panthers still struggling after their little bit of hype they had. Had a chance to win the game after getting that onside kick at the end. Couldn't close it out, but good win for the Redskins.
Yeah.
I'll give a quick shout out to Lewis Flowers 6. He's got a dub against the Panthers, which is nice. Hopefully, we can pick. There's still a couple weeks left at the change. The running game was nice for the Redskins. Geis and AP did their thing. Haskins was pedestrian at best, but he got the win. And yeah, let's keep him going.
Yeah, it was definitely a must-win game for Carolina if they wouldn't to have any shot at making the playoffs, and they came up short against a team that they really could have beat, even though the Redskins have been pretty hot lately. That's still a game that they could win, and they just didn't get the job done. Their season's over.
And they really should have beat them. I mean, the Redskins don't have any crazy talent like on either side of the ball. I don't think.
Right.
That, I mean, but that kind of explains the record, though. I mean, 3-9, not hot, but hey, upsets happen any given Sunday, as they say. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this next one we have on top was quite hilarious, I guess is a word to describe. The Philadelphia Eagles traveling down to Miami, or as Will Smith's song "Welcome to Miami," and they go in needing to win, but they lose. So whoever wants to jump on this first can please go ahead.
All right, I'll go first.
All right, so you got it.
So the Eagles have a perfect opportunity here after Dallas loses on Thanksgiving. It's a big chance for them to win and get into first place. And then their schedule coming up was looking like a breeze going into that Dallas game. I thought that was going to come down to this side of the division, and it still might, but now was a great opportunity to take a step. And they couldn't get it done against one of the worst teams in the league. Miami is really an inferior football team if you look at the talent on their roster compared to the Eagles. And their offense wasn't too bad. Wentz was getting a lot of hate 2 weeks ago, and he played all right. He threw a pick, but 310 yards, 3 touchdowns, pretty good.
Yeah.
But their defense just came up short. They could not stop Miami. They allowed Miami to score 37 points, and that's a team that averages 15. So it's kind of embarrassing on their part.
Exactly.
Yeah. Carson Wentz coming into the year was projected to be a high MVP candidate, maybe.
Yep,
or even
he
have
was.
an amazing year. Still, after his injury, has not been playing as well as he should be, I feel like. The Eagles' secondary isn't the best, but you still can't be giving up 37 points to Miami. Miami was a team that come on, they were projected to go 0-16, get a miracle win, and now have won their past 3 games or something. Won 3 of their last 4
or something. It's just.
And especially with the Cowboys losing on Thursday.
Yeah, you got to capitalize, man. It's like
on a team that was 2-9 going into the day.
It's a come on, man kind of deal. I mean, the most points. Just really quick, I just want to say the most points the Dolphins scored was 26, and it was against the New York Jets. I just want to put that out there up until this game. So
if the Eagles want any chance of making the playoffs, they gotta win out. They gotta win out and beat the Cowboys Week 16. It's the only chance.
Only chance. Yep.
Miami did their thing. I won some money off them performing like I expected them to.
Yeah.
They played pretty hard. I got to give them credit.
They had more.
Shipped out a lot of gas.
Fight, than the Eagles did. Eagles thought it was gonna be a breeze. They thought it was gonna be a cakewalk. Sure enough, they got.
Just give it their all.
The better team surprisingly won today. I mean, it is what I'm speechless about that one. Anyway, moving on. Buccaneers, Jaguars, AFC South. But Buccaneers actually, I don't know how they won this, but they're both pretty bad this year. I don't know what to really take out of that, but whoever wants to grab anything about that, I don't know. That's just.
I took out of it that Nick Foles isn't the quarterback he used to be, and
you can't play outside.
Yeah, when it's not the playoffs, I guess he just turns into like a backup quarterback. And horrible today. Gardner Minshew had to come back in. He didn't do anything really. So the Jaguars are looking for a quarterback. I don't know if Minshew's the answer. Their defense isn't as good as it used to be, so I don't think they have a very bright future. Maybe we'll see them in London soon. I don't know.
They might. Let me just say something real quick. Nick Foles cannot succeed on any other team except for the Philadelphia Eagles. Prove me wrong. I mean, he's been on the Rams, like the Chiefs, I think even. He's been on other teams and hasn't had nowhere near as much success as he had on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Very true.
Maybe you might want to say system quarterback, but I don't know.
I completely disagree with your statement.
Really?
I honestly he just had a rough day. I think those come with quarterbacks. I mean, he isn't the most talented in the league, but I think he's very serviceable. He had a rough day. I think it was just a
bad day is getting benched to Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, those happened.
Those
He
happened? Okay. Fair enough.
wasn't a great. He'll likely want to, regroup from this, recover. But I think he's okay. I think they're not going to ditch him after paying him $88 million. I think
That's very true.
I still think he'll start next
Can't.
year. And I started in fantasy, got a -4 something. It wasn't rough. It was rough for me as well, but I think it just wasn't his day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. Yeah, he's definitely I think he's an above average quarterback, but he's not. He can be an above average quarterback.
Quarterbacks get pulled all the time. It just
That's true. That's
maybe not at halftime, but like just kind of kind of happened that way.
Yeah. All right, next we got Titans Colts. This game was huge for this division. With them both trailing the Texans a game going into this. Both these teams were tied at 6-5. They both wanted it badly. Titans came in with the W. They look strong compared to Indy. What do you guys want to say about them?
I think Tannehill's still playing really well. I think he's doing a lot better in Tennessee with more weapons around him than he was in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
He's a winner.
He is. Henry had another fantastic game, 149 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
He's definitely kicking up this year.
Can't make it more. I feel bad for him.
I think the Colts percent luck is coming to an end. I think he's running out. T.Y. Hilton still hurt, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy they're not even playing Mariota, who's the first or second overall draft pick, like a couple years ago. But
he's doing his thing.
I think every game. I think I saw a stat. Every game Hilton wasn't on the field, the Colts lost like in his career.
Yeah,
they're 0-7 with him not on the field.
Really?
Yeah.
Mariota has been disappointing. Like since he's got drafted, he won a playoff game, but like he was supposed to be like when you're drafted number 2 overall, you're expected to lead your team to bigger things than that, and they've been mediocre. And Tannehill, ever since he's gone in, he's just been getting the job done. So they're going with the hot hand, and they played very well against the Colts. I wasn't sure this game was kind of a toss-up. I was leaning more towards the Colts before the game, but the Titans played great. Derrick Henry's a monster. Their defense is good, so I think they're gonna I think if the Steelers don't make the playoffs, I think the Titans can grab the 6th seed. Maybe even the division, but the Texans are beating the Patriots right now. They just scored a touchdown, so I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, that'll be a good one. It was 17-all going into the fourth, but Titans had the stronger fourth quarter.
Yeah.
All right, this was probably there was a lot of great games this week, but Niners-Ravens at Baltimore. Close game, came down to the very last second of the field goal. What do you guys want to say about these two teams?
Nick, you can go.
I'm gonna keep it short, simple, to the point. I think it's real deal. That's all I got on that one.
Yeah, I think he might be in February. Ryan, you can go.
I think the Ravens are a true contender for the Super Bowl this year. Lamar Jackson is having an unreal year, even though he only had 105. He had 100 plus yards rushing and passing today. Again,
which is just unheard of. Like, how do you?
I know.
Yeah, I think this game might be a Super Bowl preview.
I think it will.
Yeah,
it's definitely one of the possibilities that is very possible. I mean, you saw how close it was, and it was a photo finish. But really good game there in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah.
Okay. We got dumpster fire of the week. I think Jets and Bengals.
The Bungles picked up their first dub, like I said.
Like he said.
Should have put my money around that.
Win.
I did tell Nick Man. Shout out Nick Man. I did tell him the Bungles were going to beat the Jets.
And I should have listened to you, Nick, because Jets money line, 3 points. Come on, man. I thought that was a lock, and the Bengals blew them out of the water. Kind of baffled me. After the Jets came off that big win against the Raiders, I thought they were going to ride that into the next week against the worst team in the league, and they didn't. Andy Dalton, he's always been a decent quarterback, but he'll never be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and his time in the NFL is coming to an end.
Yeah, that sums up his career, though, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Should have picked up the Bengals D in fantasy this week.
I know.
No touchdowns.
Well,
Ridiculous.
who would have thought though? A team that hasn't won a game to get their defense,
Their
No,
defense-
well, yeah, obviously, nobody would ever do
Still
that.
But
bad.
yeah, no, I hear you saying.
They compare Sam Darnold scored 6 points against the Bungles today. Compare him
He
to
didn't even score any.
compare him to Daniel. I think it's just mind-boggling. It's just
Yeah.
that's all.
All
I
right.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, NFC West showdown, Rams and Cardinals. Rams are in a tough spot because they're 7-5 and aren't even one of the top two teams in their division. They got to win today against Cardinals. What do you guys got to say about that game?
They got to keep winning. Don't think they.
Unfortunately, I just don't think they can even catch up. Like, because both Niners and Seahawks are so hot, it's like hard to even compete. You know?
I just think the Rams' window is like slowly closing. If their line is old and banged up, I don't think Jared Goff's as good as what we project him to be. That's at least
Seems like
it's never going to be the same.
Yeah.
What kind of tough?
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for them to make the playoffs. Like you said, they have two powerhouses in their own division. They finally played like a playoff team today, though. Jared Goff has been under a lot of scrutiny all season. He's been not been playing to the level that he played last year. But today, he actually went off for over 400 yards. It's against the Cardinals. I don't think.
It was a Cardinals. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to keep this up all season. It's good to see if you're a Rams fan, but I wouldn't expect much more for the rest of the season.
Right.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. If they want any chance, they're obviously looking at second wild card behind the Seahawks, and
But Minnesota
feel
is
like,
be a tough task. for
well,
them.
and they
Right.
gotta win out if they want a chance. I feel like, or can't lose more than 2 more games, or can't lose more than 1 more game.
Need some
If you
help.
want a chance,
Maybe once Seattle to win the line.
yeah.
All right. AFC West, Raiders and Chiefs. Raiders were surprised this year to actually be this mediocre, I guess. Everyone thought they were going to be terrible.
Yeah,
Chiefs did blow them out, though. I mean, 40-9. Ooh.
It's a barn burner right now.
Right. Yeah, they the Chiefs. And the Raiders, I mean, yeah, I think they're all right. But it just wasn't their day.
Yeah, the Raiders had something going in the beginning of the season, and it just fell apart within the past 2 weeks. Getting blown out by the Jets, we kind of saw it coming. The Chiefs are going to blow them out after that performance.
Mm-hmm.
But just a big disappointment to Raiders fans. Derek Carr looked like he was playing very well. He looked like he could be the future for them, and maybe he can be. But today, he didn't have it, and no one on the team had it really, except for maybe Josh Jacobs. He's looking good.
Yeah, for a rookie, he really is looking good.
Yeah.
And Waller's not bad either. So they got some few bright spots, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate having such a hard offense in the Chiefs' offense in your division every year because they're going to be amazing for a while to come. I mean,
Right.
That's
And
the
hurt too.
Yeah.
Chargers and Broncos. Oh, yeah, other AFC West. I don't really know. Broncos came out with a W, but they're both 4-8.
True Lock, baby.
True Lock is right. Taking
Yeah.
out Flacco.
I think Phillips got to go. I think this league
I agree.
I agree as well.
focusing on, making fun of and nitpicking Eli too much. But honestly, I don't think Phillips gets enough hate.
No, I completely agree with you. They do nitpick Eli, but Phillip is just overhyped. I mean, every year he's always got like big receivers like Mike Williams and Allen, all these guys. He's got all these like options. Even Gordon can catch some passes, but like he throws he has a crazy temper. He's a headache to me.
Yeah, I think he's washed up. I think he's at the back end of his career. Every loss that they've had this year has been by 7 or less, which is crazy, but I don't think that's luck. I think that they're just not a good football team to get the job done. And I think they're one of the biggest disappointments this year because with all that talent, they're supposed to be good, and they're worse than mediocre.
Yeah, no, they should never even think about comparing Eli to Phillips.
Do they really?
Oh,
Last time I checked, Eli won 2 Super Bowls.
He's awful, dude.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Giants fans, on that one. Like it's
anything in his career. He's never made a Super Bowl. And Eli is.
and frankly, I don't think he will.
That's the battle for second best
No, he
quarterback in
won't.
the draft class. Man.
He's got it. His time's.
Big time. Was Drew Brees in that draft class or not? Was he the one before?
He's not,
He was not.
Yeah. Phillips also got a. I don't know what he's got to do. I'm sure he's got a nice family. He's got a lot of
He's
kids.
got to retire and stop having kids, man. It's time to go on.
His family. He's had enough. He's had a good draft a quarterback. Maybe trade up and get Joe Burrow or something. I don't know.
I think Jalen Hurts is going to be a stud in the NFL. That's my hot take of the day.
He may
Philip
be.
hot take more.
Yeah.
Really quickly, I'll just there was no upsets in the Thanksgiving games. Bears got the job.
Bills was an upset.
No, they're
Yeah.
9-3. Well,
Yeah, but they were
that
6
were
point
favored.
underdogs. Yeah.
They weren't
That's
favored.
fair enough. I mean,
They were giving the Cowboys too much. They haven't beat a 500 team yet. Like today, on Thursday, we found out that the Cowboys aren't legit. If you did not
but
read
neither
that.
are the Eagles. The whole NFC East isn't. So
No, I agree. I agree.
Here's my hot take: Redskins winning the East.
That's a fair hot take.
I mean, I wish it was possible. I really do, because they probably deserve it most at this point.
They can.
Redskins winning the
No,
East.
They have
They can, dude. Yeah.
the Giants are the only mathematically eliminated team.
If
Redskins.
the Cowboys lose out and the Eagles lose every game except against the Cowboys and the Redskins win out, there you go. Wayne Haskins, Super Bowl MVP.
Oh my God.
I'd 50 on it.
That would be
At
7-9 win the division.
No, in all seriousness, whoever wins that division is probably going out in the first round of
For
playoffs.
sure. Yeah.
And they're going to get a home game, which is ridiculous because they're probably going to play a team with a significantly better record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
continue to.
Yeah, but that's just how NFL works. All right, let's wrap it up. Let's do our Super Bowl predictions. Whoever wants to start can go ahead.
All right. Let's go in order of least intelligent to most intelligent.
So Nick, you are first.
I'll be batting cleanup.
All right, I'll go first. All right. My personal prediction, I think it's going to be a rematch of the 49ers and Ravens in the Super Bowl. And I think the 49ers are going to come out on top.
Take the two teams.
I'm going to give a quick shout out to my boy Tim D'Antonio out there, because the 49ers will win their Super Bowl this year. It'll be theirs this year.
They're winning too. Holy smokes!
I'm gonna agree with Judge here. I know it's kind of corny picking the two best teams. They both look kind of unstoppable. I know the Seahawks beat the Niners, but the Niners very well could have won that game, and they didn't have George Kittle, who's arguably their best offensive weapon.
Sure.
And
tough weather.
they play each other in the playoffs. Will be very interesting to see, especially if the Seahawks are home. Then I think the Seahawks can beat them. But even though they beat them in San Fran, I think I'm gonna disagree with Judge with the winner. I think the Ravens can beat them, and I think. As much as I don't like the Ravens being a Steelers fan, I think they're legit, and I think they can win the Super Bowl.
Fair.
So how about what you want?
You got it, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. I'm going to go Saints Patriots because all right, hear me out.
That's true.
So, but besides shaking it, besides I obviously don't want to pick the same as you two.
That's fair.
The Pats,
right.
first off, have the best quarterback of all time. You can't argue that, and the best coach of all time. Most likely the best coach of all time. I'm not sure what that noise was. Sorry, but the Pats literally have. I mean, they have the best defense in the NFL. Like I said, the coach and quarterback, they have it all there. And they're able to they can outsmart their opponent week in, week out. With the Saints, their offense, for one at least, I believe, is crazy with Kamara and Thomas. Thomas literally leads NFL in receptions and yards, and I'm pretty sure has more yards and receptions than the whole Ravens team combined.
Ravens receivers,
sorry.
Because they play with 3 tight ends on the field now.
Yeah, that's true. But still, he does have more than the whole team. But their defense still hangs up. Cameron Jordan's a mean animal on that DN. But that's what I think can make a Super Bowl exciting.
All right. Wait, who's winning that?
Oh, the Pats can't be outsmart, man. They're just a dynasty. It can't be stopped.
Winning again? All right. Well, I'm gonna change it up, like T-Petty said. I'm gonna go Seattle.
Whoa.
Beating Pat Mahomes.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hot take.
I respect that. I respect that.
Like,
Get the hot take.
I'll see you first Sunday in February, and I'll be I'll revisit this video and say why this is going to happen. I think Russell Wilson is a winner. I think they got a good squad. I think they're built right for January football. As for Pat Mahomes, I think that offense, is going to start clicking. It's been a little downward sloping bit lately, but I think they're going to get it. They're going to get right. The defense is suspect. I think they're going to have to just try to hold their teams at 28 and hope they score 31. But I think they're going to be all right. I think they're going to play. I think Andy Reid will. If they do face Belichick, he's going to have to beat him. He had him last year. I think Seattle will meet him, but I think Seattle at the end will beat him.
I think if the Patriots can secure home field advantage for the playoffs, then they very well could win. But right now they're down 14-3 against the Texans. That it's almost halftime. So if they lose that, then the Ravens are tied, and Ravens have head-to-head. So I don't know.
Wow, yeah. Should be an exciting finish. Guys, thank you so much for joining the show today.
One more hot
Pleasure having you
No
on.
problem. No problem.
I think the Pats will win the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have
You
to
live betting it?
find
You
out.
live betting it?
Will not be live betting it.
All right. Thank you for having me.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much, boys. Catch you later.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you.
Peace out.